Yeah, we were on a mission, got my crew at my side. Scouring the shelves, we're down for the ride. Plastic warriors all lined up tight. From the comic shop counters to the late night site. It's the thrill of the hunt, gotta make it mine. I'm out here searching, yeah, taking my time. I'll flip every aisle, don't care what it takes. For that rare chase piece, I'm raising the stakes. Action Figure Alliance, yeah, we're bringing the noise. Rolling deep, rolling heavy with my action toys. Collectors unite, we're breaking the chains. Plastic in hand, we're playing no games. From legends to villains, yeah, I got them all. Stacked up high, every hero, every ball. Every line, every way, from the past to the new. It's a bond, it's a crew, we're the real Toy Zoo. Tear it through the packaging, no hesitation. Each piece, a reminder of dedication. Don't call it a phase, this ain't just a trend. These figures got a history, they're my closest friends. Action Figure Alliance, we're staking a claim. Battling for grails, don't care about fame. From the base of the shelves, we're making a stand. This is our world, you don't understand. Paint them, pose and fix them up right. Customs in the works, we go all night. From the rarest grills to the two-tail fights. Each one's got a story burned in our minds. Action Figure Alliance, yeah, we're bringing the noise. Rolling deep, rolling heavy with my action toys. Collectors unite, we're breaking the chains. Plastic in hand, we're playing no games. We're playing no games. From legends to villains, yes, yeah, I got them all. We're after legends and stories untold. Alliance forever till the end of the line. This is our mission, this is our pride. From legends to villains.
Yo,
What's going on, everybody?
I think it's a habit where as soon as the show starts, I'm like, I gotta adjust.
Yeah,
I gotta get in the right spot. I don't know.
and that song goes hard. I just love listening to it.
I do too, man. I do too.
Cheers, everybody. Welcome.
What's happening, everybody in chat? Got a good group starting us right off, which is pretty awesome. We've got a damn packed show today, I think.
Yes, we do. We got a lot to talk about, and a really good person on to talk about it with.
That's true. It's true. I'm excited about this one.
Jimmy from HVX Customs, a good buddy of ours. He's also in NC Underground Toy Swap, and we are going to have a great time talking about his awesome diorama work. And let's get to it, man.
Yeah, we're going to learn a little bit about him and see a bunch of cool stuff that he's done, and then afterwards we've got kind of the regular show, but even the regular show is full too. So
yeah,
it's going to be a big one.
Got some submissions from people sending stuff in. So, getting to show some of that stuff off, and some new folks here. So, welcome to the show, and going to be a good time.
Well, let's get Jimmy on in here.
Yeah,
Jimmy is a black screen.
Oh no,
Jimmy, everything was good, and then we lost you.
Well, technical difficulties, but he'll be back soon, hopefully.
He will be back, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Let's go back to this until we get Jimmy back.
Okay, that's cool.
Fantastic. We get started, and he's like, "Okay, see ya." He's pranking us, man.
He had a little bit of an issue. We were doing mic check yesterday.
Oh yeah,
a little bit of an issue, but hopefully it's not.
That's all right. I'm sure he'll be back. Oh no, Jimmy, come back!
Jimmy, come back. So
okay, he's back. I see him.
Hey,
I see him. All right. Can you hear us? We can see you.
I'm there. I'm here.
Okay. We cut to you and you were gone. Like
quick.
I heard some popping, and then all of a sudden, poof! Magic happened, and I was gone.
What's up, brother? Welcome to the show.
Thank you guys for having me. Well, how's it going?
That was a hell of an entrance, man. Good job. Don't freak us out like that anymore.
Hey, I gotta scare you a little bit. Where'd he go?
Keep us on our toes, man, for sure. Jeez.
I would have still talked about you for an hour.
Yeah, we would have gone on and just in absentia.
There can't be that much to talk
screen
about.
With the Jimmy logo on it.
Hey, you'll be surprised, brother. We got some cool stuff to show off.
Awesome.
In person and pictures. So
awesome.
Well, so Jimmy, we always like to start off a little bit with kind of getting to know the person that we've got on as a person. before we kind of get into what brings them to the screen. So to the
Stream.
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 Why
Either
don't you
one
tell us
works.
about yourself a little bit?
Just about me a little bit. Let's see. I love toys. I love to play music. I'm 29 years old. If you believe that, something's wrong. No, I have a daughter and a grandson, and
Nice.
Lots of good friends. And I met a lot of people through the NC Toy Underground. So yeah, I mean,
So what kind of stuff do you collect, man?
so collecting, I've kind of gone through phases of collecting, I guess you would say.
As we all do.
Yeah, when I first started off collecting, it was when I was married. It was between like 91 and 93. And so, or excuse me, not 91, but 97 and 2002. So it would have been like Spawn only. Like she kind of kept me reined in a little bit. And,
Right.
you know, so it was mainly like Spawn and some other McFarlane stuff like Movie Maniacs and Kiss. Fast forward, got a divorce, whatever. Fast forward, stopped collecting for a while, came back into collecting, and there's a few things in Spawn, and then that was right around the time that Legendary Heroes was out. Marvel Legendary Heroes with the pit was the bath line.
Okay.
And I remember seeing that, and I bought a bunch of those and some hero clicks, and like I said, a few Spawn, and then I dropped back out of collecting again. And then right before COVID hit, I think I was just perusing on YouTube and found Kent Pool Collects and found a few other,
Nice.
you know, toy people on there, and that got me into collecting.
Nice.
And so, of course, immediately, as soon as I get into collecting, then everything shuts down. But that allows me to go online and start finding all these things that I didn't know existed.
Mhm.
Well, now I have nobody to keep me reined in. So I collect just whatever's cool at this point.
There you go.
Yeah, Mythic Legions. I'm a big collector of Mythic Legions. Thanks to Robo. When I came back into collecting, he just, on one of his streams, he was just talking about what was new and showed one of the figures, and that's kind of fell in love with that.
What's up, Pete?
So now, what's up, Pete? So now it's basically Mythic Legions, Marvel, Muppets. I love the Hulk.
Muppets,
so
nice.
Anything Hulk related, wrestling, anything music related, I love to throw that in. It can be kind of random. Like when you look at my collection, I'd probably give an OCD person like, because I have stuff, I have like DC stuff and my Marvel stuff, and the people would probably be like, "Wah!" But
we got some pictures to share later. So
cool.
And so also tell us about Jimmy the Rocker, man, the guitar, the bands and stuff. I know that's been a big part of your life. Talk a little bit about that.
So music and graphic design both were my passions before. Like in between the toy collecting and before the diorama thing started. Like I've been into music for like 20 plus years now.
Nice.
And so I've been in some local bands. The last band that I was in that, I can't say did pretty good because we had played around North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. So we were, an okay regional band, if you want to call it that. Divine Treachery, if you want to look up the music and get scared. Where we were pretty heavy bands. So I'm into like heavier music. But in saying that, for a couple summers, I was in an all acoustic honky tonk band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was all acoustic instruments, upright bass. I actually pretended like I could sing. So that was definitely different for me, but I love to play guitar. I like all genres of music. And like I said, that kind of started early 2000s. So,
Nice.
Up until probably the last couple years, I've been in a band. Now it's just me and a drummer writing music. So
Cool.
That was my musical adventure, man. So a lot of fun.
That's awesome, man.
That's very cool, man. Pete is saying, sing us a song. I'm going to say, don't sing us a song.
Next swap, man. You just bust out a guitar.
Yeah, next swap, you should
plug in and we'll go. You go to
Toy
town,
swapping
man.
karaoke.
Yeah. Oh no, there's some people I don't want to hear saying those, man. I just know it would be bad.
Oh no karaoke for me. That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
But that's
Yep.
cool, man. Yeah, I mean, everybody has their, their kind of peaks and valleys when it comes to, the collecting thing. And I mean, mine personally, it's kind of, was about three waves. One when I was a kid, one was I was in my 20s, and I did the Spawn thing, much like you were talking about, and then
Yeah.
the recent one. So that's completely understandable. But man, I mean, I can't mix my stuff together. The only stuff that I mix together is like kind of thematic things. So I can't imagine seeing like McFarlane's with Legends. That just, I think I would freak out about that.
Oh no, I've got a shelf that has Cosmic Legions and Street Fighter on it. So yeah.
Hey man, whatever works for you. Whatever.
It,
I'm sure that proved to look pretty interesting.
it's called lack of space.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're all definitely struggling with that at some point or another. So
You got to make room for the new stuff, and sometimes the old stuff has to go as in a bin or something to come back out at another time. I'm currently doing that with Star Wars with Black Series, putting it away for a little while, and bringing out some other stuff. So, yep, curating the collection so we can make more room.
So what got you into doing dios and stuff like that?
Okay, so the Dios thing started. It was right after I joined the Mythic Legions Cabal. I got turned on to doing like custom painted heads, and like the customs thing is what I saw first. So I bought a handful of heads and custom painted some heads. And in between the time I was painting them, Brian Almeida's post would come up in the Cabal with his dioramas.
Duarte Studios.
And I fell in love with, his dioramas, and I would just like, man, that like I feel like I might be able to do that. Like I would love to learn how to do that. And so in between the time I'm still, painting some customs here and there, I'm searching on YouTube trying to find anything I can on how to build dioramas or, just anything diorama related, and went out and bought me a few of those, small 2x2 pieces of foam.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing with that is the very first thing I tried to build is was like this huge piece. And like, I never even finished it. Like I just kind of left it laying, and like it sat just kind of dormant for like 6 months. And I did some more custom painted stuff. And along the way, I'm still watching YouTube videos. And then, fast forward to like 6 months before, well, not even probably that, probably like 4 months before the first swap I would have went to. And I had a few small pieces that I made. And a couple of my best friends, Chris, which you guys have probably seen at the swap with the big pink beard.
QPC.
And yes. And then one of my best friends, Kenny, and then Chris's brother, John, we all kind of have a group chat, and I would send them the things that I was doing, and they're like, dude, you got to sell those, man. You could sell those. And so they are the kind of ones that like really pushed me into like even bringing anything to a swap or trying to sell it at that, because at that time I was just like, I can do this and maybe give a couple figures something to stand on my shelf so you can see the ones in the back. And ended
some
up
risers.
Yeah. So I went to my first swap in December of 2020 there at Cro-Mags, and I only sold one piece, but I had a lot of people come up and they were like, hey, this is really cool.
Yep.
And so that just like was like my energy. And then from then on, like, Chris was really pushing me. And I was telling Alan this in the, when we were talking before, but Trey, you were the first person at the toy swap that like came to me and like tried to become my friend, and just like you were just there immediately. And after that first swap, like we talked online, and you were always like, dude, you need to do this, you need to bring your swaps or bring your dios to swaps more. And
it's
so
awesome
we became friends. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. And vice versa, you kind of inspired me to to work more on my customizing journey, and we talked about a lot about that. We talked a lot online about that, just in messages. I'd send you pictures. How does this look, or anything I could do? So yeah, very inspiring to me as well. So it's awesome to get to know you, man. We've been friends ever since, and so glad you're here and enjoy talking with you all the time. Sometimes we don't catch up as much as we'd like to, but we always come back around, and
For
so
sure.
yeah, man.
Man, I'll tell you, like I've seen some of your stuff at the swaps, and I'm still kind of brewing on where I would put something like that, but I want to. And the paintwork, dude, you really nail like the natural looking weathering. Anybody can break out and do some dry brushing. It's super simple and straightforward, but there's an art to making that not look like dry brushing. You
Right.
know, not to say that that's even what you do. I'm not even sure what your whole process is, but I want to hear about it some. But I mean, yeah, the paint work that you've done, besides even all the sculpting and putting stuff together, which has been awesome. What I'm seeing from you is not only, I guess, beyond paint work, like you're multidisciplinary with all of this stuff.
Yeah.
You've got like, the painting, the sculpting, the lighting that you're starting to do,
Creativeness with the design of dios,
oh yeah, man.
and accessories and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, man. Which is awesome, man. I mean, I'm always impressed, when I'm talking to, artists and people that are, really bringing in multiple disciplines to, their works. And that's, definitely something that you're good at, man. So
Yep. You're a
Trey,
true
are you
artist,
ready to
man.
show some stuff off? I want to start seeing some stuff.
I am, man. Let's go to it. Let's get to it.
All right. Trey sharing with guests. Let's get it over there. Okay.
All right.
So you got to blow that.
Present a little quicker on the draw, but first we're going to start out.
Yeah.
That I am Jay the Toy Sorcerer. He sent this in, and he's joined the Alliance. So appreciate you sending that in, Jameson. Always great to have you on the show and in the chat and talking to you. I talk to him all the time as well. He runs the Monster Force CNC group. Made a good friend with Jameson there. So appreciate you always being around, bud. So here we are. Let's get started. And this is Jimmy's logo. He has it on a card, and you'll talk about your logo design here. How did you come up with this? I kind of know, but talk about your logo here.
Of course, I've got to have the devil horns, just because that's just part of, just kind of brings in that part of me.
The rocker side of Jimmy.
Yeah, for sure. And then of course it's just JHVX, man. It's just a sloppy scribble.
Yep.
So, and I kind of like the bright colors. That reminds me of a superhero.
There you go. Yep. Superman-ish. So cool. And then you got another logo, which is on a sticker that you give out at swaps too, and events. So
I have a thing about the kick-ass day. I actually stole that from Chris, because Chris is always like kick ass, but I kind of stole it. And this is non-diorama, but I'm gonna throw this out as a challenge. I've noticed that if you go anywhere and someone is like, if you go to a place of business and you have someone that helps you, and it doesn't matter if it's like fast food or Walmart or whatever, but if you have somebody that helps you, when you get done, instead of saying, all right, have a good day or whatever, say, have a kick-ass day. And the different ways that people respond to that will trip you out. And I do it to everybody. I don't care how old or how young you are.
Right.
The first couple times, like I was around like super old people, like I'm like, I probably can't say that. I get the best reactions from them.
Nice.
I challenge anybody to do that and do that on a regular basis, and you'll get like the most incredible reactions from that. So anyway,
I will try.
I'm gonna start doing that, man. That's awesome.
I'm gonna try that.
That's a good, good thing to do. I'll try that out.
All right.
So we're gonna start into the very first one here, which was on the thumbnail. Tell us about this one.
So, like I knew we were having wizards come up and for one of the Mythic Legions waves, and at that time I hadn't seen anybody do a cauldron. I've seen a bunch of people do them since then. So the start of this was to just actually do like a riser type thing with a cauldron. And so once I got those done, then the towers in the background were actually, they weren't really planned to be done like that. It was more accidental.
Mhm.
I was just trying to mess around with lights, and I wanted something to be behind, the wizard. And there's actually some inserts. You can take the inserts out. One's like a bright color, so it would be like good wizardry, and then one is, excuse me, like more evil or dark looking wizardry. So you can change out the inserts on the little towers.
Dude,
As
those
Bob
look
Ross would
great.
say, that was a happy accident.
Yeah, yeah. They're very cool, but they're also very fragile.
Those look great, though, man. That's really cool.
And then the torches, that's something I've seen in several of your pieces as well. And we'll kind of touch on that a little bit later. I know those have evolved
Yeah.
over the time that you started with them. And a lot of these pieces are in no particular order, just stuff I've pulled and found that of your work, which is awesome. So we'll go to the next one. I took this at the swap this past Saturday, and I know the next day this piece sold online, right?
Yes, it got shipped to Nebraska on Monday. So
Nice.
I posted everything up the day after, and then somebody hit me up and was interested in that right away. So I'm happy that it's found a home.
Yeah,
Now,
that thing
tell
is
us about some of
really
these
cool.
metal pieces. I know you work with 3D printer. You work with Pete's Prints. Is that right?
Yeah, me and Pete. Actually, there's nothing on here from Pete. Actually, me and
Okay.
Pete have something much cooler than this diorama going.
I think we might have that a little bit down the road.
Okay, so then I'll pause there and I'll get back to my buddy Pete because we have some really cool stuff.
Mhm.
But this diorama, the skulls in the back are just I pour my own little resin skulls, and
Oh,
I
that's
just
cool,
did.
man.
Yeah, these are like clear resin, and then I put some UV resin over the top of them to kind of give them a little shiny look and make them green, but they're lighted. So if you turn the light on, the skulls will light up green.
And that's
Nice.
exactly what I was talking
That's
about with
really
the
awesome, man.
multidisciplinary stuff, man. I mean,
That's
you
really
mold your
awesome.
own stuff, man.
And
That's
I
super
don't
cool.
know anybody that does brickwork better than you and concrete work, man. It looks amazing, and you'll see people will see that throughout this. Tell us about the gate. Did you make the gate as well?
I did. The gates was, and I actually this whole piece actually was inspired by one of my pickups that I'll show later on.
Okay.
But this was inspired to kind of sort of look like a graveyard
Right.
type entrance, and you'll get that from my pickup. And I love skulls. It's like I've tried to put
Yeah.
skull, like you can see behind me here, I've got this big piece, and it is full of skulls. I couldn't imagine how many skulls I have in it already now. So this piece right here, like it just kind of evolved, and even the green skulls in the back were like almost a last minute thought on this because I was just going to put some of those little torches with the lights on top of it, and
Right.
just kind of roll with it that way. And then once I thought about trying to do a clear skull, I couldn't let go of it, so I just kept
Nice.
going, and luckily it came out pretty good. I've never tried to make a gate or anything, so that was my first, gate. I try to, like, as I go, I try to do something that I haven't done yet. And it might not be
Right.
major or noticeable to anyone, but as long as I know that it's something different and I've tried something new,
That's right.
then I'm really cool with that,
Yeah, you're pushing
whether it
yourself
succeeds or
forward.
not.
That's
So,
awesome. Pushing yourself to gain new skills and grow as a customizer is really cool. And you've actually helped me do that throughout my journey as a customizer. So I really appreciate that as well, man. You're doing crazy cool work. If this is your first gate and it comes out killer like that, I can't wait to see what you do next time.
well,
But
it's my first gate like this. I
right,
mean,
right, right.
yeah, yeah. But you were talking about pushing yourself. What pushes me more than anything so far are the commissions that I've had, because
Mhm.
people will ask for things that I don't know how to do, or that I would have never thought of. And that, like, a lot of times, that even though I'll take it, like in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh my God, can I even can I pull this off? Like,
Right.
can I make this happen? And like, I'll go and just try to figure out a way to make it happen. And there's been a few times, where I've had to tell the person, I can't pull this part of it off,
Right.
in a successful way. And which is another thing. Like, I'll be completely upfront. You know, if you were to ask me to do something and I don't think I can do it, I'll tell you I'll try,
Right.
and I'll give it a try. You
Hey,
know,
failure's the best teacher, man, on
Yeah.
anything.
for
So,
sure,
yeah,
for
Yeah.
sure.
great that you know that, and keep pushing and be upfront with people. That's all you can do, man. So that's awesome. Let's go on to the next one. I took this at the swap, and I found it online as well. This was from Ishwar's table, the Toys R Ish. He was at the swap, had this figure posed on this dio, and tell us about this one.
So this one here, like, again, I love skulls.
Oh yeah, we love them.
And actually, this just started as to be like a photo op wall with
Mhm.
no lighting at all. Like, I was just trying to make something basic, and I was trying to get some pieces together for this last swap because I really didn't have anything. And then, excuse me, when I got the skull piece put in the background, I just thought it looked too cool not to try to light it up in some way.
That's right.
And so I just went digging through my little light box and tried to figure out a way I could light it up, and actually turned out really cool. I almost wish I would have made the little canopy part stick out a little further, but I'll keep that in my mind for the next one.
Yeah, next one you can always improve it. And so, what do you do for LEDs? Talk about that process a little bit. You use buying small LEDs and wiring them to a battery pack, or wiring them to 120, or how's
Okay,
that work for you?
I feel like I've almost done a little bit of everything at this point.
Right.
So the little torches that are in the little braziers, like
Mhm.
the two that are on the ground, those are just the little twisty balloon lights. Basically, they've got they've got 3 batteries in them. You twist the bottom of them, and the light comes on. You just change the battery. So the lights in the very top of that are actually the fairy lights that you get. So it's
Mhm.
got the little a little battery pack on it.
Yeah.
I've used those. I've actually had to learn how to solder, which
Nice.
makes me want to go insane. I'm not very good at all. One of our fellow toy swap underground members, Rob, had me build him a really really big what's his name, for X-Men,
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse
Yeah, you showed me
diorama.
that, man. You were showing me the process through that whole thing, and it's such a cool piece, man.
And there's like 14 lights on each side, and I had to go and figure out and learn how to solder. And let me tell you, that piece made me not want to do lights for a long time. But I tell you
But
what,
it was an awesome piece, man, and I wish I got pictures of it. I kind of forgot about it, but you were showing me pictures of that thing throughout the process, and I was like, man, that's gonna be epic. Rob's gonna love that.
yeah, and but the lights really make them set off as much as they can make me pull my hair out. And I know it would be something that I'd get better at along the way. It's just a matter of, like I said, learning how to do it and making it work right.
That's
So
right. So we're gonna move on to the next one, and I think this is the one you're sitting in front of.
yeah,
Okay,
it's right
that's
behind
cool.
me. So this,
No kidding on how many skulls you got in there.
Yeah.
and that's not even all yet. So that's just a teaser of what I will finish. I've got 4 commissions that I have to finish before I can move on and make anything else. They are promised out. They have been promised out for a long time, and until I get those done and feel good about getting them to the people that have ordered them from me, I can't do anything. But this will be the very next piece that I finish after I do that. And my
Nice.
goal is Skull City. There's going to be some torches on the wall. I'm actually
Nice.
going to extend the ceiling probably another like 5 inches. And
Okay.
then I'm going to put a ceiling on top of it. And the way this piece is made, it's made so with the extension on the top, if you pull it together, you can essentially have 4 different DTOF size dioramas at one time at it. So
Oh
basically
wow.
the middle section on each side of the stairway,
Mhm.
you can kind of see in the picture there, it looks like
Yeah.
it's separated there. If you
Oh yeah.
slide those apart and move that center section out, that's one DTOF size piece.
Okay.
And then you can take the 2 outer pieces, slide them together. That is another DTOF size piece.
Oh,
Then
that's
All
cool.
right.
if you take the extensions off the top of those and flip it upside down, you'll have a floor and some like little mini walls, and you'll have 2 more detolf pieces out of those. So you'll have 4 pieces. You can either make it 1 piece, you can turn it into 4 detolf size pieces. Like, I just wanted to make it so you can move it around and use it different ways.
That's
Damn.
some crazy modularity, man. That's really cool.
dude.
So, and the windows, actually, I'm not, like, I just started learning how to do the 3D, and I'm going to use sculpting very, 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 very loosely because I'm not a sculptor. Like, these are just built out of shapes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I designed the windows, and Pete, my buddy Pete, we were just talking about from Pete's Prints,
Uh-huh.
he printed those up for me, so those windows will be cool little windows. And then we've got some cool torches that have skulls on them that are going to be, there's be 4 of those on there as well. The little pieces on the wall that have the rib cages with the skulls on top, those will light up as well in the inside of the rib cage.
Wow.
That sounds awesome, dude.
That sounds really cool.
The way you got it to where it'll, make different displays, that's inspired, dude. That's cool.
That's groundbreaking too, because I don't know anybody doing stuff like that. Man. Yeah. We love our skulls here, as you all know. So, we're definitely drooling over this one. So, I can't wait to see the finished part of that one. And I know I can ask for an update. You'll probably send me some pics, but
yeah, you'll get pics along the way for sure.
Nice. So, is this for a Mythic Legions collector, or is this for somebody that does the skeleton stuff? Is
whoever you want to put in there. I mean,
okay.
It's just skull centric, so you could put anybody in.
So
there
this isn't a commission. This is
this is just for whomever wants it when it's done.
All right, this is up for grabs, folks. If you hit the man up.
That is awesome, dude.
All right. So next, we are going to look at something that is in my personal collection. This is one of the risers, the first risers, or the second riser I bought from Jimmy at a swap. I saw this riser and it screamed X-Men for me. So, he had it a swap. The top 3 pieces come off. They're modular. You can move them around. If you see over here where Storm and Nightcrawler are, that's where this large piece is. I think this piece might be holding that up, and then this other piece is right here behind, where Beast is. I made this little slide for Iceman, but this is currently in my detolf right now, and I just thought the plants were cool, the moss, the grass, all that stuff was cool. Talk about this one. Have you done any more like this, Jimmy?
No, I don't know why I shy away from doing a lot of, like a flocking or the grass. I guess it's just, I don't know. I haven't really done a lot. Actually, I did a piece for Tanya McCoy. She commissioned a piece for me. She does she has some customs that she's made, and she needed a tobacco road.
It's in the slideshow.
Okay, well then we can talk about that when we get there. But that would probably be the last thing I've done. I actually have a piece that I really would love to finish. I've had it probably over a year now, and it's kind of in a holding stage because vines are intimidating to me.
Right.
And it needs some vines, and so it's just kind of sitting there.
So we all know about having multiple projects going on at one time. How many do you have currently open at the moment? I know you said you were trying to finish a couple up, but are there more in the background that you're going to get to eventually that,
I have, outside of the commissions that I have this one, and I think the vine piece is the only piece that I have that's kind of like in, kind of like midway through. Normally when I'm doing the swaps, or if we have something coming up, I'll have like 5 things going on at one time.
Mm-hmm.
So, but right now now that the swap is over and some things are gone, now, like I said, it's commissions, and then it'll be this piece and then maybe the vine piece. But after that, I'll be settled in for a little bit.
And I didn't think about this, but Tony's got it right. You could use this for Street Fighter or Dragon Ball Z. Really, Dragon Ball Z would go great on this Dio as well. So you can't have it. It's in mine. It's in the detox.
I actually had someone else tell me that too. Yeah, that they thought it looked very similar to like a Dragon Ball Z type thing.
Hey, it might be a repeat. You can make some more and sell them.
I just need some Namekian blue grass.
Right. That's a hard thing to mess with too. So,
Sure.
all right, we'll move on to the next one. And risers are a big thing you do. Talk about this one, man. This was really cool.
Let's see. That one there, I just was trying to make something like a photo op kind of piece or whatever. And I just was trying to do something different with the back, with the top of it, where you've got the arches, because I think I hadn't really done a lot like that with the, pieces. So
What's
I think
the
that was my
medallion
goal.
thing that's right there in the middle?
Do what now?
There's like a medallion or some kind of detail right there in the middle.
I got that. I don't actually even know what that is really used for. I think I just got it out of the necklace section at like Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something. But I don't know what it's technically used for. But it looks like a belt medallion. Is what it looks like.
Using what you can find and being creative with it is a big part of customizing, and you do it well, my friend. I really like this.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
Thank you.
Finding neat little things like that kind of, finding cool uses for them other than really what's intended is awesome.
And making it look this good, that's a big deal.
I actually heard a couple people joke before I really kind of got into dioramas and stuff and customs. Like I heard people would say, they're like, now that I do this, I look at toys and things in general differently now. I look at it, how can I use this? How can I use that? And they are not wrong. I can't tell you how many times, like, I just look at stuff now and I'll stare at it and be like, what can I use that for?
Yeah. So. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I started my Mythic Legions journey with the knight up here in the corner. And I ended up stopping and going the Action Force route. But I love some knights. I have two. And I have a female, but these are really cool, man. If I would have been into Mythic Legions, knights and skeletons would have been my thing. So these look really cool. So let's move on to the next one. Another Mythic Legions, and talk about this throne, this setup.
So the thrones, like, I went through a throne phase, man, where like I felt like for like 4 or 5 pieces in a row, I was doing a throne, but people really seemed to like them, and I enjoy making them. But I just was trying to, make a cool little throne piece, and I try to do them all a little bit differently. Sometimes it's they all still really look super similar, but I just try to do something with it to make it look a little bit different. Even with the thrones, I try to change them up a little bit every time.
Right.
I try not to even use old pictures to see what I did before. I just try to go with it and
go with the flow, man. Let it happen, man.
Yeah.
Like that happy little tree is a happy little throne, right?
Absolutely.
So I want to say something when it comes to thrones. You inspired me to build my throne for Cobra Commander / Serpentor. And we went through that process of me showing you pictures of, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is cool. And built my throne and my throne piece. So you inspired me to do that, man. And it was a really awesome piece. So I didn't take a picture of it, but it's there. Another riser, the wood grain here, man.
Wood grain looks great, dude.
I think maybe you use a wire brush for that. Is that how you get that?
Some of them I actually use a wood burning tool or a hot wire cutter that has a tip on it. And I actually draw the lines in the wood, and then I'll take a wire brush sometimes, wet the wire brush, and then rub it across the top of the wood to add, another little element to it. But most of the grains you're probably seeing in the picture were done from me just carving them in with, like I said, a wood burning tool.
That's awesome, man.
Well, and the paint that you've got on top of it really is kind of what, completes the effect.
Cool. Thank you.
Stone, that's all. You just do stone. Nobody does stone better than you. I have a double of that one. And then, hey, this is from Pete's collection. Pete's Prince, our buddy Pete. He reached out to him. I said, hey, send me a couple pictures of some of the things you have in your collection from Jimmy, and he sent me this. So this is in Pete's collection. That's a cool archway. I love the lighting on that one. The little shelves with the lights. That's cool. And then the colors on this other one, I love black and red. Most people can see that in my Cobra collection, but yeah, that the
Is
gate's
that
cool.
some cloth? Is that like
Yeah. So
tapestry?
actually, there's two cool things going on with both of these pictures. So the picture on the right hand side, the tan colored picture, there is actually a door in there now. He had me build him a door that
Okay.
has like a lion knocker on the front of it. He printed out. Looks really, really cool. The other picture, I almost wish you could zoom out of that picture because
I actually think I might have it later on in the slides. So
do you? Okay. So, well, to answer your question, yes, that is fabric hanging down.
So this is kind of the same deal, the same texture, the same coloration.
That's the one you have.
What's that?
That's the one you have.
That's the one I don't have that one though.
The one you just showed in the picture pictures ago?
Yeah, 2 pictures ago, yeah. Then you and Pete work on torches as well. Talk about the torches.
Yeah, so this is the cool thing that Pete and I have started collaborating together. It kind of started as I made up my own little torch out of cardboard and some wood bits, and like I was just trying to figure out a way to make a cool little torch. And I noticed that I had seen some torches, but they all have wires in them.
Mm-hmm.
And like I just wanted to try to figure out a way to do it without wires. But I had I didn't know what kind of battery or anything to use in it. So fast forward a little bit, we're at one of the swaps, and Pete and I were sitting side by side, and we were talking, and I was telling him about it, and he's like, well, hey, what about these batteries here? So then that kind of just started us talking back and forth. And then it ended up that, we just started collaborating on the torches, came up with some designs, came up with some flame designs, printed them out, got some rechargeable batteries for them. So now we have some cool torches that you have no wires with. You have rechargeable batteries.
Nice.
So we've got an ogre-sized torch, and then the other 3 are standard figure-sized torches. One of them is a little on the smaller end, so it also looks great in like dwarves and goblins. And then we're also working on some wall-mounted torches.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's cool, man.
This right here, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but there's the little like Y, the little Y hanger that you hang them on.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool touch. It's hard to see here, but you can kind of see the shadow of it. But you can hang a torch on that little Y, and that just pushes into the foam, right?
No, actually, that wall was just made for display purposes only, and it was getting down to the wire. Like it was like a couple days before Legion's Con, and I had to figure out something to hold the torches.
Mm-hmm.
We've actually talked about trying to come up with like a part that we can actually do that will hold the torches that you can put on your wall that actually looks nice.
Cool.
So hopefully that will be something that we can figure out in the future.
Nice. Always innovating, coming up with new stuff.
Yeah, Pete's the man. He does some great print stuff too.
I have tons of stuff from Pete in my collection. My G.I. Joe armory came from Pete. Several pieces. Several G.I. Joe ships he's made for me. So those are and vehicles. So the Devilfish in particular, Pete printed the Devilfish, and I customized it and painted it. So I think this may be the one that you did for the Legion's Lady.
Yep. For Tanya McCoy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's her. That was her Tobacco Road piece. And so if you don't know what Tobacco Road is, here in North Carolina, our college basketball teams, Duke, Tar Heels State, and Wake Forest.
Boo, Carolina. That's the Carolina thing.
That is the Carolina well. So,
Wolfpack in the house.
Cool. And so there again, that is something. I'm not a painter. Like I don't I'm not a guy who paints stuff. And that was one of the requests she had was like, can we get the well in there? Well,
Mhm.
my first attempt was I was actually going to build like a half of a well on the back half of that.
Oh, cool.
But the room that she had to be able to, use on the diorama was super limited. And she was like, well, can you paint it? And I told her, probably not, but I'll try. and actually, like, I came up with something, and I thought it looked, pretty good, and she was happy with it. So, like, I was proud of myself for trying. So it definitely looks better than I thought it was when I started.
The colors popped. I thought it looked cool with all the shrubbery and stuff. The cool thing about the ground, the road there, none of that comes off. It's all clear coated and it stays. Nothing rubs. Everything I've had from Jimmy is top notch. So this other piece with Usagi Yojimbo on there. Talk about that one. The stonework there is really cool.
So actually, I built that. That was one of my first pieces that I built. Actually, that's the first piece I ever built with any flocking whatsoever.
That's
and
cool.
I actually built that for my goblins. I built that to put on my shelf for my goblins.
So that's in your collection.
No, it is actually sold now. I sold it. Yes, I took it with me to the very first swap and actually carried it around with me for a little bit, but someone bought it. But that was that's what I had initially built that for, was for the goblins that I had at the time, and I had just enough to fit on there, so it was perfect.
Great for a samurai too. So that's awesome.
Yeah, actually, I think he looks better on there than the goblins do.
That's awesome, man. So let's here's the piece you wanted to get back to. I knew I had it later on. We'd asked about the cloth goods. Talk about that a little bit, and the dragon at the top. That's really cool.
Okay, so this piece here started that this is when my mind started going to try to do things where you could use the piece differently in different ways. And what I mean by that is I've got the flags in the back. You can't take those down, but the pieces in front of the flags, like the pillars, obviously you can see you can move those in the one picture. But the grass beds, you can move the grass beds out of the way, and it's cool. Just a
checkered floor.
Just a floor. I don't even think it's checkered. I just think it's like a different color. I can't remember what color I did it. But Pete, I had some flags made for that. Pete bought that, and right before he bought that, I commissioned someone to make me some actual flags that actually looked decent, because I wasn't 100% happy with the way those were. So I had someone make some flags for it. And I'm not sure if the flags fit because they were an afterthought. But my goal with that was trying something with fabrics and something, like I said, where I could move the grass beds out of the way and change up the look.
Yeah, that's neat. And again, you're pushing yourself, like you said.
Right.
I dig having, the different kinds of, textures. You've got the grass, you've got the hardscapes, you've got, and the soft goods stuff. That's cool, man.
And you asked me about the dragon. I like dragons, so that was
nice.
That was kind of like a no-brainer. I was like, oh, this will look pretty cool up here.
Cool. Moving on to this, I think you had this maybe at IshCon. This is something maybe you did for Ishwar. This is a really cool piece, like a planet.
Yep, I actually did do that for Ish. I don't think it was at IshCon though. That was maybe, I can't remember where I gave that to him. But yes, that was for Ishwar. He wanted something specific. Like, he sent me a picture and was like, hey, I kind of like this look. He also gave me, some things to look at as far as the spiky rocks go. Mm-hmm. And so, like, he gave me some cool direction to go into with this piece. And
you had it done for NC Comic-Con 2023.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yep.
I see. I don't even remember. Nice. And see, all the spiky bits you can move. The little plants on the ground, you can remove those. The pebbles you can move.
That's so awesome, man.
That's cool. I liked seeing that you're, not strictly staying to kind of like the fantasy or sword and sorcery stuff. So the alien planet, that's cool, man. I like it.
I'm trying to get him in this GI Joe Action Force world,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I might just have to get a commission myself. So
You
this
you, you got me there like a teenth with the jersey barriers.
not yep, we'll get to those here in a minute. So this other
Speaking of
side,
getting to those, I do have to call out. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but Trey has 51 slides for this. We're going
yeah.
to be here
Well,
for a
it's got
couple
some of
hours.
the other stuff, so we're rolling through them. This other piece, I see the dragon going up there. That would be cool if you made it larger. I know that's kind of a smaller piece, but I can
Yeah.
see people putting that Mythic Legion's dragon on there. So, kind of getting to the end. I know I believe Pete printed this and you painted it. Is that correct?
Yep, I painted that for my buddy Ryan Zarek.
Brian? Yep.
Yep. He had me come out to his house, and this was like right after I kind of started doing dioramas. Like I was kind of new to it, and he had me come out to his house and to build some stuff. And then when I got there, he's like, "Do you like to paint? Here, paint these." And so rather than building something for him the first time, this is what I painted, and yeah, I actually think they turned out looking really cool.
Yeah, they do.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
that kind of worn, leathery look that kind of wraps around there on the bottom is gorgeous with that, that natural looking staining and weathering.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
And moving on to our first collab. This was
Yeah.
IshCon 2, and Ish is like, "Hey man, I want you to make a GI Joe display," and I had kind of got some inspiration from you. I started, I bought a Proxon, so I started using that Proxon, cutting foam, stacking foam, painting foam, filling it in with filler. And I got to this. This was the final piece. This was displayed at IshCon 2 on Friday only. Unfortunately, my father-in-law passed away, and I had to go to Ohio for a funeral. So I didn't get to keep it there, but it was a really cool thing to work on and to have all this. And this is still in my collection. It's on the top shelf up here with a bunch of stuff displayed in front of it. This is all the stuff to the right is all Gridiron Studios. The stuff up top on that shelf with the gunners, those are Gridiron Studios. And, the jersey barriers, that's all Jimmy. So I said, Jimmy, hey, I really want. So I had some cardboard jersey barriers that are extreme sets. And I was like, man, these cardboard ones just don't look that great. I was like, hey, can you make them out of foam? And so he's like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And dude, he knocked it out of the park. I still have them. I love these things. They have the most detail ever. They look so realistic. I got a couple more shots here of my Cobra army in battle. And man, these things look great.
I dig it.
And Jimmy,
I did not get to see that when it was fully set up either.
Yeah, I think I had took it all down and took it with me, but
yeah, Ish said it was the best 6-hour display ever.
yeah, really. So I think Jimmy, you made like a jig for this for the Proxon to cut these. Is that right?
Yeah, I saw some people online making some jigs for certain things, and I'm just like, the first couple that I tried to cut out by hand just looked awful, and so I figured out a little jig to make for them, and they ended up coming out perfect, man.
And so just you inspired me with the rest of this, with all the stonework and the moss. Without you, my friend, I don't know that I would have pushed myself to do this and learn this process. And I took some pretty cool photography with it. The two actual Mythic Legions that I own, and the horse Conan's riding that horse in the Detolf. So, but yeah, that is pretty much what we have to show off of Jimmy's work. Make sure you check him out, HVX Customs on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, I believe. Correct?
Yep. Mm-hmm. And I loosely have a YouTube, but it's basically the same thing you see everywhere else. It's not really like me doing anything interesting.
You're doing more than I am, man.
Yeah, go follow him on YouTube as well. Hit him up, share it out to people. If you start talking about dioramas, hit up HVX Customs, tell them about them, and I think Jimmy's going to have more commissions than he can shake a stick at soon. So,
Thank you.
Well, let's kind of get on with some of our regularly scheduled programming. But you're going to hang out, right? You got some stuff
Oh,
to
yeah.
show off?
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool.
Oh yeah, for
Cool.
sure.
Well, that's cool. So normally we get right into some of this. And I love my ridiculous graphics. I'm never with that, you know. So yeah, I'll go ahead and start this one off, and we'll make sure to keep Jimmy on screen.
Okay.
Bring it on over here. So Trey, I'm picking one up from what you did last time around, where it's not actually new hotness, but it is newly opened hotness.
There you go.
So this is the Godzilla figure that I got at Retro Toy Con. And I had the box signed by the Godzilla suit guys. This is actually a really cool figure. It articulates pretty well. He can be a little stiff, but like he comes with a nice big, breath effect and some different like neck pieces and a different head, so you can have him shoot up, directly upwards. It's really cool, man. I'm digging on it. So I think this is actually like my first piece from Haya Toys
Nice.
or Hiya Toys. Not sure exactly how that works, but it's really cool. And then at the swap, I actually picked up
Nice.
Grenadier, looking really cool. This one's helmet, there it is. Yeah, so you gotta go for the full effect, because it's a little Darth Vader-ish, but man, I mean, I love the look.
Yeah,
I
these
think
guys look
these guys
awesome,
are
man.
pretty baller. So I will say I do have a complaint about them. My sword hilt is very oddly shaped.
Yeah.
It kind of does one of these numbers.
Yeah.
It's doing a wave over there.
I mean, the same sword hilt they used on the Crimson Guard. I mean, they're reusing pieces, and their stuff could be a little gummy, but
this one's even worse.
right.
So like this one's definitely got a fair kink in it. But they're very cool figures. I picked one up at the swap, and then one showed up that I had ordered from Hasbro Pulse.
Nice.
I also picked up
The bat.
the Iron Grenadier bat at the swap, and man, I just love the gold and red and black. It's a slick ass color scheme.
I love gold.
Woo-hoo. I don't know where that came from, but okay.
I love gold. That's
Here's
awesome
another
power.
one that's not a new pickup, but a newly opened. And man, I think this figure is getting a lot of undue hate.
It is, man. It's getting a lot of hate.
Like, okay, so it's a big dude. He's got big, heavy wings. He's not going to stand up perfect. But I'll be honest, man, mine stands like a champ.
Yeah.
He poses pretty well.
That's great on a flight stand.
Yeah. So the one thing that I will agree with just about everybody is he does not hold on to these swords for shit.
Right.
I'm not sure why they did the hands as trigger fingers when he doesn't come with any guns, but that's kind of a standard Hasbroism.
Yeah.
But otherwise, man, I think it's a cool figure. The sculpt is on point. He comes with an extra head. I actually dig the big kind of, prehensile wing look.
Mhm.
I like it, man.
So Winford says it here, not a fan of the way the wings look. And I will say that I have seen some people take the Venom wings, if you have the Venom with the wings, and try to put those on this figure, and that looks really cool. Hasbro has both lines, like reuse that stuff. But I mean, this also has the other piece with the little tentacles or whatever it go on his back. So if you don't like the wings displaying with the tentacles, that's where the vintage thing came through.
Yeah,
And
and I don't know if anybody's picking this up, but the wings are semi-transparent, which I also think is really cool. Um, so I dig it. No, it's not like the high point for GI Joe Classified, but it's a cool figure.
yeah, it is.
Um, I dig it. So this one, this is the one. This is my last one, and I saved the best for last because I did not expect to get this one as quickly as I did, and I am pretty much in love with it.
Ooh, Mondo.
We got the Mondo Lion-O, and this figure is pretty awesome. He comes with 5 different heads. I got the timed edition. The claw, this actually comes off and can hang on his belt, and then you can put another like proper, hand and
Arm.
on there. And
Nice.
these fingers are articulated,
Ooh.
which is kind of a big surprise. So they actually move reasonably well too. The thumb doesn't, but you can see here it's got a little clip so it can hold on the belt. And then if you look right there, right here, it's a little bit squished because it's on his arm, but that is a sheath for a smaller version
Mini
of the
sword. Yeah.
Women.
Nice.
And you can see he's got like a very nice effect with some like transparency on the lion logo there, and the same thing on the sword.
Nice.
And this, like, he comes with 3 different swords. So this one's kind of the most ornate. You can see it's got some like engraving and some kind of scroll work or whatever you want to call that there. He comes with another one that's a bit more basic, does not have this kind of effect on it. And then he comes with like an energy sword. So instead of coming with just an energy effect, he's got like big lightning that's coming off of it. And the heads are cool. I mean, you definitely get different options with him. He's got a big cape, and one of the heads has a crown on it, so he looks, King Lion-O.
Nice.
Awesome figure.
My representation of that is Super 7, so I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah. I have the Super 7 figure too, and it's not bad, but it is not this. I'm not fully sold with all the Mondo stuff. Like, I'm definitely still picking and choosing. But I am impressed with everything I've gotten so far.
That He-Man and Skeletor with the Battle Cats are cool, though.
Oh, the Battle Cat. That is an amazing looking display.
I'm glad you just didn't drop that one on your keyboard and throw yourself out of the chat here.
I broke the Mondo streak of dropping shit on the keyboard. But I've got Scare Glow and Scare Mare on order.
Nice.
Can't wait to get those things. Lion-O came really quick, so I'm wondering. I haven't gone and looked at when Scare Glow and Scare Mare are coming out, but I'm excited for that. It was not like the 2-year-long wait that sometimes you get with Hot Toys and stuff. So,
any more Thundercats on the horizon for you for that line, or no?
No, I haven't seen any. I certainly haven't pulled the trigger on any. So I'm sure they've got more coming. Honestly, from Mondo right now, I'm looking for like an Evil Lyn.
That would be cool.
I think they need to, I like my villains, and hot girl villains are cool too. So let's make that happen. Trey, you want to come up next, man?
Yeah, let's go. So my first thing, most everything's from the Toy Swap this past Saturday. I sold a few things. I had reached out to my plastic dealer, Ishwar Hamasel, the man, Toys R Ish, and I got me a Junkyard Joe.
So what do you think of him?
I will tell you that I was going to pass on this figure. I did not pre-order it. I was like, man, it's a robot. I don't really know that it'll fit well with the Joes. I love this thing.
That thing is super cool, man.
It is really cool, man. I mean, the classic, Vietnam era, World War II era, gear on him. But the futuristicness of a robot. The pistol's really nice. The M16, if that's what that is really nice. It has a bayonet, dog tags. So Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. I like this guy.
That's cool. I'm glad to hear you say that.
So,
I was kind of surprised when you didn't pre-order him, because I mean the military vibes. Like, even if you didn't use it for the figure itself, you could use those soft goods, and accessories on other things.
I'm afraid to take soft goods off of Mezco, so that
Yeah,
would probably
that's true. That's
that
true.
would probably ruin my day. And then, as if I needed any more of these, I got 4 more of those. $10 a piece, so I couldn't pass that up.
Yeah.
So 4 more of those guys. I got, and I have already customized a Scarlet and a Stalker. They were super cheap. So I've already customized those guys the way I want them to put in the army. I have version 2 of Rock and Roll with the big old guns.
Those
Super
guns
90s.
are wild.
Yeah, Super 90s. And I hope we get this in classified. This will be a cool version. And I like the original version of Rock and Roll, but this one's kind of cool. It's grown on me over the years. The only other thing outside, when I bought that figure from Ish, he was giving away Super 7. So it was between some G.I. Joe Super 7. I had Cobra Commander. I didn't really want the Snake Eyes because I'm not displaying any of those, but I did end up getting the worst Black Falcon because it was skulls, and I thought it looked cool. So
Yeah, man.
I will open that this week. That's very cool. And
Just giving away Super 7s.
giving away Super 7s. Yes, the man's insane.
He's lost it.
As you
Ish
can
is
see,
the man.
Ish is the man. He is our plastic crack dealer. I got a Jimmy HVX Custom.
Nice.
And I saw it at the swap at Jimmy's table, and I was like, man, I got to have that. And the cool thing about it is it comes with, let's see if I can do this one-handed and not drop this thing.
Drop it.
No.
Drop it.
Oh, turn on. There it is. Oh, there it is.
That's cool.
That's really cool. And it came with batteries. Jimmy, thank you. You gave me extra batteries, so I don't have to go hunt batteries down on Amazon. So the way I'm going to display this is going into Monster Force section, and I'm going to take the coffin and put it right here, and Dracula and a couple other people on top of that, and all the rest of the stuff around it. And the cool thing is I can build it out. You know, this will go in DTOF, or I can build it out from either side with more stuff from Jimmy. And added that one to the collection. Really happy to have it. And that's all, folks.
Right on, man. Jimmy, you got some new hotness to show us.
Yeah, everything I have is it's not really new, but it's new to me, so I think that's pretty good.
That's all right.
So I happen to if you know who Odious is.
Oh yeah.
Pick this guy up here. He's pretty cool. Where am I at over here? There we go. I love anything that looks like Sasquatch, and this guy right here is a straight up just he's a beast, man. He's super cool.
That's awesome.
I still need to get that figure, so that's one of the ones I need to pick up.
Yeah, it's cool. At Legion's Con, Unparalleled Universe was like directly across from us in the aisle there.
Nice.
Right beside Valaverse. So it was cool, yeah. Alex gave me a great deal at the last, not this past swap, but the swap before on this Mezco here, Theodore Sod Cutter.
Okay.
He's super cool. I haven't really had a chance to get him out of the box, but he has got just like tons and tons of things to go.
Oh, dude, he's going to fit in some of your dios perfectly.
Yeah, man.
So this is the whole reason I built the cemetery piece. Like,
okay.
Yeah, if I would have had time to take pictures with him, like I'd have got some pictures with him first. But that's the whole reason that that thing came apart.
And the inspiration comes from a lot of places, right?
Yeah, for sure. And then, of course, I got a deal. I bought the Mezco and this together, so he gave me a deal on both of these. It's the first Red Death in the red color. It's not the retailer version, so I'm excited to open this thing up. He's super killer, and that's about all of my pickups.
Right on. Right. I mean, some cool stuff, man. There for sure.
Thank you.
What's up, Travis? And he's shouting out Wade from with that piece with Odious there. So
Yes. And we were mentioning Ish a few minutes ago, and I'm going to revert back to the diorama talk for just a second. I got to say, outside of my buddies Chris and the ones I was telling you, and Trey pushing me to do dioramas, I got to say thank you to Ish and Jordan and Van, and there's a couple other people that really pushed me to take my swaps outside, or not my swaps, but my dioramas outside of the swaps, and
yep.
to try to sell them in the Cabal and other places. And and even Ish was the person that kind of pushed me to, hey, you should put lights in these. It's going to make a big difference in your stuff. So I really want to say a big thank you to those guys too, because
cool.
it's I would have probably just stuck with bringing my stuff to the swap and never gone any further than that.
Right.
But so I got to say thank you, man, because it's been really cool, and I'm glad that I've had people behind me, giving me a push. And so anyway, I don't mean to break up the podcast on that, but
No,
I felt
dude.
like that's something I needed to say.
That's awesome, man. That's really awesome.
That's perfect.
And and those guys are great, and they spreading the word and helping you get that out there. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Same with Abby. So
yep.
Cool. So next up, we've got Take My Money. All right. Where am I? Alan sharing with here we go. So Mezco dropped a Thor on us. Uh-oh, we lost Jimmy.
No.
I'm here.
He's still here? Oh, we can't see you, brother.
We can't see you, bro.
That's what happened in the mic
I
check
can see
last
me.
night.
Uh-oh. Let's
I can see me.
You can see you.
We can't see your black screen. Oh, there.
Okay, maybe he's going to drop.
He's going to rejoin. Yeah,
I'm sure we'll get him back.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. So Mezco dropped a pretty slick looking Thor. So this is not an exclusive, by my understanding, so you can still get it. In other words, but looks pretty cool. I like some of the head sculpts better than others, especially this kind of stoic, getting work done head sculpt.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I dig it. I think it's pretty cool. The spinning hammer effect has been done before, but Mezco's bringing it, and I think that's pretty awesome. So
this is the first Thor they've done, right?
Yes, I think so.
Well, no, they did. Did they do the Thor?
Oh yeah, they did the
Ragnarok,
MCU
right?
Thor from Ragnarok. Yeah. This is the first strictly kind of comic book Thor.
It's very classic, and I don't know if I'm going to get it, but I probably will.
I'm kind of right there with you, man. Kind of right there with you. All right. So, and then I got another one, and these 1/18 scale figures, man, they are talking to me. But this one, holy crap. So this is a knight from Warhammer 40K. You can see down here in the corner, this little guy is a 4-inch figure.
Wow.
So this is a big boy, and you're paying for it too. $700.
Man.
This isn't an instantly take my money, but I am giving this one some thought. I will
sell some stuff and save up your money.
Yeah, I will admit I've got a couple of the Joy Toy Warhammer figures on order at this point. I think I've got 3 or 4 on order because I love my Warhammer 40K stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch the Secret Level episode 5 on Amazon Prime if you can. It was badass. I just made my wife watch it.
I don't know anything about it, but I'll watch it. I'll see what it's like.
It's super cool. So anyway, this is a knight, and I just thought it was really slick. Obviously, it's gargantuan, but there's even like a cockpit on his back. I'm trying to see if there's pictures that show that off, but I'm not real sure. Nope, I guess not. But there is a cockpit where this guy can get in on his back. So this section up here, if you guys can see my mouse, opens up and he can fit in there.
Nice.
So super cool. Really dug it. I have a comparison picture for you. Um, Let me pull this up, dude, and then this is going to give you an idea of the size. So
Oh
he's
wow,
big. So he's big. So this
Ooh,
is the new big Mamma Jamma dragon for Mythic Legions, and you can see the knight is basically as tall as those wings.
big old stompy robot. That's right up your alley.
That is super right up my alley. So, and the thing is, the scale is different here. So, dragon 1/12 scale ish, knight 1/18 scale. So you can
Wow.
imagine if they made him in 1/12 scale,
Yeah,
how big he'd be.
that's
But
crazy, man.
just thought that was super cool and figured I'd show that off.
I
Um,
love how they're using the size comparison with the dragon now.
so this is some fan made this just to give everybody an idea.
Yeah.
But I mean, the
That,
dragon is the new scale standard, right? For
oh
1/12.
man, that thing is humongous in person too, man.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And so the last one I'm going to show off is last week. I think it was last week. We talked about the Kits Concepts Kickstarter for the Robotech figures.
Hmm.
And this figure is actually not part of, or not, wasn't part of the Kickstarter. I say wasn't because the Kickstarter funded and completed and was successful. They actually unlocked a couple of tiers. So I ordered a couple of mechs from that I'm excited about. But this is
That's what she said. I don't know what she said, but Abby says that's what she said.
okay. Okay. But this is the pod, the battle pod, like the regular one. That's going to go with a couple of the figures that I picked up from that. And here you guys can see. Hopefully, let me see if I can get this nice and zoomed in. Nope, that's going to stay that size.
Enhance.
Let's try to enhance it this way. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But my scroll bar at the bottom is not happening. Oh nope, it's not getting any bigger. Oh well, I tried. Here you go. So this is another look at the inside of the cockpit with the black light on that it comes with. So I'm super stoked for these. These look awesome. You can get it on Big Bad Toy Store. It's $160 there versus 132 here. But Big Bad Toy Store's version comes with a figure. I'm
Cool.
not sure which figure it comes with, but it does say that it comes with a figure. So maybe that extra increase in price is warranted there. But just thought I'd shout these out that the Kickstarter funded, broke a couple of tiers open, and picked this one up too. So yeah, that is my take my money. Trey, you got something?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Oops, I dropped Jimmy. We'll get him back. There we go.
No, there he is.
There we go.
All right, so here is my take my money. This went on sale on Big Bad Toy Store.
Okay,
It went down to $45.
that's a good
And
price.
so that is a good price. And now the next thing at Ross, the Thrasher or the Thunder Machine is supposed to be there at like $25. So if I could find one of those, that would be great. So I haven't jumped on this part of the toy line yet with Transformers Collaborative, but I did on this one. So now that's part of it. So we're gonna go
and that's kind of 1/18 scale too, isn't it?
Yep, it's 1/18 still, and it's new, but it goes with the rest of it. So let's see. And we also went with Santa's Sleigh from Fresh Monkey Fiction.
I forgot about that. I think I might have to order that thing, man.
So I had to do this. So here's the thing. If I got Santa's Sleigh, I had to get a reindeer.
Mhm.
Now, you can get 9 reindeer and have them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's going to end up running you like $550. And I don't think, like, this one's not first quarter of 2026. So I have Santa. Santa's over here. He's displayed in the toy room right now for the entire holiday season. And I'll probably take him downstairs for a little bit. Because I have a Christmas tree I found, this 1/12 scale. We'll take some pictures. But man, this looks cool. You know, they kind of give you the idea. Hey, there's Santa, there's a sleigh, and there's your 8 tiny reindeer. But then you can get a Rudolph to go with it. Um, I think that's gonna have to. I'm gonna have to save some money, store some money away, and just start ordering reindeer because I think this is gonna be a must-have that you bring out during the holiday season every
And you
year.
can even like get a head pack to make the reindeer all look different, right?
Yeah, that's right. You buy the different reindeer, and the head pack is going to get you to have them all. So if you buy a certain number, like this, the Dasher body and one of the heads from the head pack, and a Comet and another one, and then Rudolph's in there. So that's how you can make the entire team. And they got elves, but I kind of think the elves and the kids are creepy. So I'm passing on those. I'm just gonna get Santa. I might get an elf eventually, but they just kind of look creepy. So
Don't they have a new Santa this year that's kind of like, gosh, I thought I saw a picture
they
of him
got a
the other day.
barbarian, they got a
Yes, that
zombie,
one.
they got a bunch.
They got a wizard Santa.
They got
I've
a
got the
wizard.
barbarian Santa.
So when we get to fantastic photos, we got a really cool one with the
Okay.
barbarian Santa.
Okay.
So let me stop sharing here and share again and go to this and share. And okay, now we're here. This is Jimmy's Take My Money.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
There you go.
That will be it. I love apes, and I like anything that's Asian inspired. So
Nice.
both of these were kind of like a given. And I don't own anything from Fresh Monkey yet. So these are kind of like my introduction.
You will not be disappointed. We're excited for this line. I have a whole shelf of it now, and more is growing. It is probably one of the most anticipated lines of the year for me, and will be in my top 10, maybe even the top 5. So, yeah, really cool.
And then, of course, we've got, something that's Hulk related and something that's actually my favorite Muppet. So there's no way I couldn't have Sweetums and Robin, and of course the Red Hulk from the up and coming movie, I guess that is. So,
nice, the Harrison Ford Hulk.
Yeah, yep. I wish they would put a big old mustache on him though.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, I don't know that looks too much like Harrison Ford there. But
no, it does not.
Yeah, it still looks like it's going to be a good Hulk though.
Yeah.
Right on.
And that's in to Take My Money. So this is Jameson's, Jay the Toy Sorcerer. He sent us this. This is his Take My Money. I had not seen this before. It is fairly pricey, if that will go away, and you can see the price at the bottom of $199.99, released third quarter of 2025. You can pre-order it at Big Bad Toy Store. It looks cool.
For an art figure that's coming with so much stuff, as well as a whole motorcycle in scale, that's not a terrible price. I mean,
true.
These are kind of art figures, if you will. And so, yeah, that's pretty awesome, though.
So I would put this on scale with a Mezco. Like if
yeah,
put this in with your Mezco, it would look cool. It's a cool looking figure, and he might talk me into it eventually. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, this isn't too bad. So
yeah, I actually have another Take My Money if you're ready.
We're not ready for that yet. Okay.
Okay.
We're not ready for the new hotness yet. So, all right, you got another Take My Money there.
I do. Something I wanted to show off. This is sort of a Take My Money. So Ramen Toy, our buddy Ace, is showed off the Titanium Titans again.
Nice.
And as you can see, he's got a light in his chest, man. These things just look super cool. And he's reusing, so the androids there in the background are reused from the 80s Commanders. Kind of different, made them a little bit different, it looks like, at least with the paint and stuff. And man, I don't know, just want it. I think they look really cool. So yeah, that's all. I will stop sharing there. And I think we are ready for some fantastic photos?
Yeah.
All right, we can do that. We got a bunch of these going up. So it is fantastic photos time. And Trey, I see you're already ready since I was
Yeah,
around with that. So I'm going to go ahead and bump over to you.
I am already ready already.
Already ready? Already. I like this,
Oh,
man.
nice. Oh, that's my
And
boy.
this is from the Boy Humanity shirt. You're using your Dio. When you had that shirt on and he was in the chat, I was like, "Oh, this is perfect," because I hit him up and I was like, "Hey, man, can you send me some pictures? I see that you have quite a bit of stuff from HVX Custom from Jimmy." He was like, "Man, I'd be happy to." He's like, so he sent me this, and these photos are fire.
Dude,
Uh,
his photography just blows me away, man. I love the fact that he makes my stuff look better. It looks
yeah,
so
he's
good. It looks
killing it,
so
man.
good, man. It's so good. And he's a cool dude too. I got to meet him at Legion's Con in person. He's a cool dude too, so
And I have more than one. We'll just keep
that's
going.
awesome.
Purple Gang here with the purple. This guy right here is awesome. This sorcerer, this effect. Uh, using that same dio. He's got the
That's awesome.
background set up. I mean, that's just cool. A couple
Oh,
more. He's killing it, man. He's killing it. Uh, Mythic Legions take really good photos. If people using backgrounds and dios like yours, this is why you reach out to Jimmy, or you come to a swap, or you come to an event where he's set up, and you put that money away for a figure and buy a nice dio to put them on. So we're gonna keep going
oh
because
yeah, that's awesome.
this is epic.
That
That's
is.
awesome.
It really is. Yeah.
I mean, that's just cool. And I did not want these figures until the Monster Force, Forgotten King came out, and now I want them.
Yeah.
So, Lacterna Photo, there's his QR code. Hit him up on
Lacerda.
Instagram. Lacerda, yep, Lacerda. Okay, sorry about that. Lacerda Photo, hit him up on Instagram. Tell him Action Figure Alliance sent you. He was in the chat earlier. Hopefully, he said Dub3. I think that is this
Yep.
is the same person.
Yes,
So
that's
really,
the man right there.
really great work, man. Really great work here. So yeah. So I just thought it was cool that you had the shirt on and I was showing off some of his stuff. Next, we're gonna come over here to Blade Master Wing. I got it right for once.
Yeah, that's an awesome figure too, man.
That's a freaking awesome figure. I have it, and this is a killer set of shots. The real comrade is 1/3 of the Grown Ass Men Toys podcast. Alan and I have both been on there and done toy room tours with those guys. If you don't follow Grown Ass Men Toys, go check them out right now. Watch some of their videos. They drop a new video every Sunday at noon and show off lots of cool collections. And if you want to be on their show, you just got to reach out to them. Go watch some of their videos. You'll see how awesome their show really is. Let them know Action Figure Alliance sent you, and hit those guys up. So got a couple more. And we talked about Barbarian. This is Bo from NC Underground. He's one of the other admins. We tapped him to run the western part of the state, the west side, what I call the west side toy swaps. Bo took these pictures, and actually Fresh Monkey Fiction actually used these on their Instagram and shared them out, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, that's neat.
So these are great photos. I love the fire setup. He does a lot of picnic table stuff or on his porch. He takes these really cool pictures, and then he's really progressed over the years with his toy photography, and it's become really good. So check out Toy Bizity. I probably butchered that. Sorry, Bo. Hope you're watching, but your shots were fire. I told you that before. Fresh Monkey, he sent me a message. He's like, "Oh my God, Fresh Monkey shared my photos." I was like, "Man, I told you they were cool." So yeah, he did a killer job. So really enjoyed showing those. Man, that's the end of my photos right now. So
Awesome.
we hit them all.
All right.
So
Well, of 1/3 of the guys from Grown Ass Men Toys. By the way, we lost Jimmy again.
oh, Jimmy, come back.
Jimmy went black screen. Don't know what's happening there. But this is Collector 425. Oh, he's back. You're getting to be an old hand at that.
Yeah.
But throwing up a really nice looking shot of the Mezco Gambit. It's a cool figure. I don't actually have this, and I'm kind of jealous because looking at it, man, that's a cool looking figure. I like the modernized Mezco stuff that they're doing. You know. All right, I got another one. Let's do. Wait a minute. Hold on one second. All my tabs are just called Instagram. So
Instagram. Which one?
I got to figure out which is which. Here we go. We'll do this one. So I'm calling this one out, and this is S2O Figures. This is a McFarlane figure that I think looks pretty cool. And
this is a really cool character.
That is not something that I say very often. But I think all the texture kind of helps hide some of the joints, and the photograph is kind of, blown out some of the spots where the joints would otherwise be visible. And I just think this is a cool character, a cool photo. Thought I'd show it off. So S2O Figures.
Ghostmaker is really cool. I read the comic run in Batman where Ghostmaker comes out. There's a couple other really cool characters that came out in that same run. Ghostmaker is like a guy that came up with Bruce aka Batman when they were training, and he kind of went off and did his own like assassin thing, and he comes back and they kind of join forces. It's a really cool storyline.
So here's a cool one. This one hits pretty close to home with loving the Elite Praetorians. But this is from Tats and Toys, and this is really kind of like one of those sort of behind the scenes of somebody's working on them, getting them ready. I think that's is that Karak?
That's Bone Collector.
Is it? Oh yeah. Okay.
Bone Collector.
Yeah.
Without the mask.
Karak has the beard.
Yep.
But he's got lots of cool stuff in the background. It looks like an Extreme Sets. It looks like he's got one of the Elite Praetorians in one of those tubes.
An armory set too. That's cool.
Yeah, and he's got like the computer console, and I love the little drill. That thing was awesome.
Milwaukee drill there. That's cool.
Yeah. So he's wrenching on the killer robots. This was submitted from one of our viewers. And nice. I love it when we get photos from our guys. I just thought this was pretty cool. You got a really nice use of scenery. Have we shown this one off before?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I think so.
Well, he did send it recently. Either I saw it and maybe we didn't get to it, which sometimes does happen. We can sometimes run a little bit long and forget things, but I'm happy to show it again because it's a really cool photo. I love the moss and the texture and the bokeh. I think I'm saying that right. Really kind of framing the picture there. I thought that was really cool.
Is this Winford's shot? Winford, is this you?
This
Magnafigure photos.
He the email was from Jackie Estacado.
Okay.
So it is Winford's. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So piecing all the names together can sometimes be a little bit hard. All right, I got one more.
Man, starting to recognize Winford's work. He sends stuff in. That's awesome, man. Thanks for hanging out with us.
So here we go. I believe this was from Jameson, showing off another Elite Praetorian shot. It's kind of thematic here with a couple of the regular Praetorians in the back looking awesome. Just thought it was really cool, man. Love getting submissions. It really makes us feel like we're, more interactive with our community, which is something that we definitely try to do. So you guys keep sending them our way. Hopefully all the contact information is in the description of our videos.
Right.
But we love getting this kind of stuff, man. You don't have to worry about being like super top shelf, amazing photographer. We just love seeing it and love interacting with our community. So
nice. Winford's going to send us some new stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So
appreciate it, man.
So yeah, that was my fantastic photos. I actually had quite a few this time. I'm kind of I'm seeing photos throughout the week, and I'm doing a better job of like you can save them to collections and Instagram, and so then I just go back to it. And so yeah, It's cool. I'm starting to work on the Instagram stuff. We'll see.
Nice. Yep. Get you on Instagram a little bit more.
Yep.
So if you want to throw it to mine, I don't think me and you have shelfies to show off, but I have one shelfie to show off.
And we lost
Please.
Jimmy again.
Jimmy, come back.
Wait, let's see. Is he actually? Can we actually see him? Nope. He's not.
Nope.
He's not on the live stream either. I don't know what's happening with that, but I'm sure he will join and rejoin.
Maybe a connection thing, but
yeah,
we will show off Jimmy's shelves and talk about him while he's not here. So interesting. Jimmy says he mixes things on his shelves, and that's the truth. I know there's several things that are unopened, but they're really cool figures. He's got some superpowers, I believe, down here.
Oh yeah, this is kind of what he was talking about with kind of mixing it all together.
Right. And there's a certain theme throughout these pictures. There's some pops and stuff.
Oh yeah, you got some Iron Maiden pops. I like it.
But notice that this man has shelves made out of foam that are not finished.
Nope.
Because he's working on other stuff for other people.
Yeah.
So he's hardworking at other stuff. Jimmy don't have time to fix his shelves. I really he should. He does a good job, and these are really cool. Awesome stuff here, showing off some of the
he's not mixing it all up like he was saying.
Oh no. But some wrestling figures. I guess that's Danhausen. I don't know much about him other than he is a big toy collector.
Yeah. I've heard that.
Could maybe tell us more about him, but some of the hopefully Jimmy comes back soon. You can talk about these.
He's popping in and out, and it's not working. It seems like he's got a bad connection.
Nice X-Men setup here. Some other Marvel Sinister Six stuff down at the bottom. Spider-Man, Mario, Alf, and Usagi Yojimbo, I think that is at the top with some Muppets.
Oh yeah, Bowser.
And Bowser. Yeah, Mythic Legions.
Oh geez.
Yeah. So the way I tried to set these up is he sent me these pictures, and that's everything. And then there's the top shelf, the middle shelf, and the bottom shelf. So he's got some really cool figures in here. Some vampires, some skeletons, some knights. Blade Master Wing, which is a super cool figure. And I think we showed that picture already. Some more. This is a cool shelf with over here on the left with the mythics on it. That's really cool. You got some Spawn figures.
Trey, let's see if we can't. I think Jimmy has tried to rejoin. Let's see if switching scenes will help. Oh nope.
Okay.
All right, I will go back to you. It's cool.
All right, cool.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Hold on, my bad. We got a lot of scenes that we kind of cycled. And this one's all the way down at the bottom. All right.
Well, we're almost done with these, and that was it. That was the last one. So that was kind of a one really long shelf. Like, so you got the Spawn figures, the Headless Horseman, Sam and Twitch, and then some more Spawn. But
yeah, man. That. Hey, there we go.
We just showed off all your shelfie stuff.
It knew it was your shelves, and so you couldn't connect. It was like, nope, too much of Jimmy.
But the one thing I noticed is that your shelves, a lot of them are just green foam. So put some stuff work into your own shelves. I know you put a lot of work into stuff for everybody else. So,
yep, I have one small piece that is actually I would consider like a finished piece. The rest of it is just stacks of foam.
and I had a picture of it. I think it was the 4 shelves with the Mythic Legions on it. That was really cool.
There's one in the very, very back a little goblin is standing on, and that's it's got a little light in there with some little replaceable translucent screens you can put in there. But yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Well, cool, man.
Jimmy, this has been awesome, man.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. Hopefully we educated some folks on your capabilities and what you can do. You do some awesome work, my friend, and inspire others
and all the different kind of disciplines that you've put into the work. I think is super cool to hear about. Mm-hmm. And man, really enjoyed having you on the show.
Man, thanks. I really appreciate both of you guys having me on. It's definitely been a lot of fun, and
Good.
I appreciate you, both of you, pushing my work and trying to get my name out there. I know Trey is always, sending me messages. Hey, send me some pictures. I want to post this in, here or there, or, I want to get your name out there. So, I mean, it really does mean a lot to me. I mean,
I'm
like
gonna
I
have you
said,
do some more GI Joe work for me, man.
Yeah, and I
We're
might
gonna
have
get
to
you.
get you to do some sci-fi stuff for me too.
Yeah, man.
get me out of my little fantasy box.
I mean, a lot of the stuff that you do can be used for a lot of different genres.
Yeah.
But there are definitely some things where it's kind of like, oh, this is military and this is sci-fi,
I forgot to show this off. I got this
Oh, that's cool.
at a swap. So this
So
is
that was brought to the very, very first swap. That was like one of the first couple pieces that I ever made and actually put paint on.
Yep. And so I bought this because I made a He-Man with my head sculpt from Pete's Prints and painted it up. That's my Me-Man. And so Me-Man goes on top of here.
Oh,
So
that was bad.
Me-Man. Yeah.
Me man.
Me-Man.
Oh God.
That's funny. That's funny.
Oh God, I forgot if you click it again, it does
Oh
it
yeah,
again.
it's gonna roll.
All right. Well, cool, Jimmy. Again, thanks so much for coming
Yeah,
out. We appreciate it greatly. I think this has been a blast of an episode. So, man, we might have to have you on again and show off some more stuff. It's another point,
Absolutely.
especially if you do get some GI Joe sci-fi stuff going.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'd love to come back on again. So, this is my first toy podcast. My buddy Chris has a podcast, so I'm on that. But the only time we talk toys there is when me and one of my buddies, Kenny, is on. We're kind of like a tag team. And other than that, this has been super cool for me. So getting to talk toys the whole podcast is
Yeah,
really,
man. Yeah. Well, cool,
Yeah.
man. We were happy to have you, and
Yeah,
we'll certainly be talking to you soon. All right.
absolutely.
Have a kick-ass day.
Have a kick-ass day, Jimmy.
Yes, have a kick-ass day.
Later on.
Later.
Well, damn. Yeah, that was an action-packed episode, man. So much stuff we had to show off. I was worried we weren't going to get through all 51 of your slides.
I was trying to get through them.
He had a lot of cool information to drop about him, and so I think you took the proper amount of time and kind of got through that stuff real well. I was just worried it was like 51 slides of all Jimmy. I didn't realize it was kind of like the other stuff. So.
Hey, it was a little bit easier me trying to find pictures. I found a new way to do things. I think it works, and we're going to keep that process rolling.
That's cool.
And I think finding a way to improve the podcast. We're working on it. So
yeah.
Tell your friends, share it out, like, share, subscribe.
Please.
We join the Facebook group. If you're not in the Facebook group, join us up. We're going to talk all this stuff here on the Facebook group as well.
Oh yeah, and the Facebook group is it's real small right now. We're definitely hoping that it'll grow with the show, but it's definitely a quick and easy way for you guys to get us photos, get us content if you want us to show off, that sort of thing. And we'll obviously be interactive on there. One of the things that I was talking about was I am being drawn to some 1/18 scale stuff.
Joy Toy is hard to pass up, man.
Dangerous, man.
Delta 17, all those guys.
Yep.
Carson Metaxas has some stuff coming that's going to be really cool. We talked to him at Retro Toy Con.
The Skeletron.
Yeah, Skeletron, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that 1/18 scale fits with that as well as 1/12. So, it's. I like I said, I got a couple of the Warhammer things on order because Warhammer's one of my favorite kind of fictions. Mm-hmm. And I also did order a big Joy Toy mech that's not Warhammer. It's from their kind of like Battle for the Stars, which I'm not too sure if that's an original IP or what, but oh man. So yeah. We'll be talking about plenty of stuff in the Facebook group. We're, like I said, it's small, it's growing, much like our channel. We're happy to see we got a few new subscribers and having a good time with it. So again, we thank you all for coming out, hanging out with us. It's been a blast. And look forward to a Robo Skull unboxing coming
Yes.
to this channel here very soon.
Oh, yes.
FedEx is currently saying I'm supposed to get mine on Saturday. We will have to wait for Trey and I both have them, and so we can kind of do a split screen, unboxing madness. But that'll be coming here real soon. And after that, I mean, we got some stuff that's a little bit up in the air for next episode. Maybe looking at like toy topics, some different ideas, and then we're thinking. Currently, this is a little tentative, so don't hold us to it. But we're thinking for our New Year's Day stream, we're probably going to skip Christmas.
Yep.
Because our stream would normally fall on the 25th, and we're probably going to skip that one.
Yep. Spend time with family.
Yep. Spend time with family. Open toys.
Yes.
But then on New Year's Day, I think we're probably that's when we're going to drop our big lists.
Yep.
So top 10 lists, you guys throw out your lists. The Facebook group would be a great place to post them.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to each of us are going to pick one to win a prize. So we're looking to give away something cool too. Each of us, that is. So come on out, hang out, like and subscribe, join the Alliance. I got to get my fingies on the screen there.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? We haven't. Oops.
This way.
This way.
All right.
All right. I think with that, we can call it an episode.
Have a kick-ass day.